If your baby has eczema, I'm going to ask you 3 questions right now. Do you have any family history of asthma, allergies, atopic dermatitis, or any other sort of skin conditions? For example, do you as the parents have any of these conditions, or do the grandparents maybe have these conditions? Was your baby born through a C-section rather than a vaginal birth? Was your baby mainly bottle fed instead of breastfed? If you answered yes to any of these questions, it's not really a surprise to me that your baby has eczema. Studies show that a family history of asthma, allergies, and eczema, being born through a C-section over a vaginal birth, and being mainly bottle-fed over breastfed all increase the risk of a baby developing eczema. Now, all of these factors you can't really control, so don't blame yourself. The good news is that eczema can be managed through things that we have control over. For example, diet, supplements, proper skincare. These are just a few factors that play a key role when it comes to the healing of your baby's skin. So let's go through some things that you might want to look into if your baby has eczema. Hello to all you parents out there. My name is Larry. Welcome to Fighting Eczema. Babies are strong little things. Statistically, there is a high chance that your baby will outgrow their eczema. However, let's not let nature decide. Let's do everything we can to ensure that your baby outgrows their eczema. Tip number 1, rebalance your baby's skin microbiome as well as their gut microbiome. Believe it or not, tons of bacteria live on our skins and in our guts. There's both bad bacteria and good bacteria. In simple terms, bad bacteria makes us sick, while good bacteria provides us with health benefits. For example, regulation of the immune system, which is key when it comes to the health of the skin. Now let's quickly go back to the idea of C-sections increasing risk of baby eczema. The vagina carries a lot of good bacteria. Yes, you heard that right. So when a baby is born through a vaginal birth, all of that good vaginal bacteria gets all over the baby. This vagina bacteria is where the baby's microbiome begins. If your baby is born through a C-section, they are not getting any of this good bacteria on them. This is the main reason why babies who are born through a C-section have an increased risk of developing eczema. It really goes to show how important it is to have good bacteria on and in our bodies. So how do we treat a baby who has poor skin and gut microbiome? Probiotics. A new 2023 study suggests that topical probiotics and oral probiotics may decrease the severity of eczema. Furthermore, ensuring that your baby eats a good, healthy, balanced diet will help to improve their gut microbiome. Since we are on the subject of probiotics, tip number 2 is to utilize supplements properly. I recommend working with a healthcare professional to develop a supplement plan for your child. There are thousands of supplements out there, and you really need to make sure that you choose the correct supplements as well as the correct dosages for best results. One supplement I want to shout out is vitamin D. Studies show that people who are deficient in vitamin D are more at risk for developing eczema. If your baby is low on vitamin D, supplementing with vitamin D may result in major improvement of your baby's skin. If you want to work with me to create a long-term plan for your child, you can check out our coaching programs at fightingeczema.com. We recently released the Fighting Eczema Adolescent program, which is designed for children 18 and under. I offer free discovery calls if this is something you might be interested in. Tip number 3 is to ensure a proper bathing routine. Ideally, short, lukewarm baths are best for babies who are suffering from eczema. Too many baths or using water that's too hot during a bath will both dry out the skin. This is not good for eczema sufferers. You don't even necessarily need to bathe your baby every single day unless they've rolled around in mud or they're having explosive diarrhea or something like that. Also, try to use gentle soaps and shampoos that are designed for sensitive baby skin. You may also want to look into doing things like oat baths or bleach baths. These methods can help, but they can also irritate your baby's sensitive skin. So maybe do a little bit more research yourself before trying one of these special baths. Tip number 4 is to be careful about using skincare products. People who have eczema have very sensitive skin, and oftentimes this skin is quite damaged. Because of this, any product that you apply on the skin can be quite irritating. Finding the right skincare products for your child is going to be a lot of trial and error. My recommendation is to be minimal with the products that you are using. Sometimes even using no products is the best way to go. Tip number 5, look into food sensitivities and food allergies. The immune system of babies is constantly developing, and because of this, they are more prone to food sensitivities and food allergies. Here's a list of common food allergies. Just try to be aware of your baby's reaction to trying new foods. If you notice signs such as hives, swelling, itching, wheezing, or coughing, this could be a food allergy. If your baby is showing signs of anaphylaxis after trying a new food, for example, difficulty breathing or swelling of the throat, this is a medical emergency and you want to call emergency services because this can be life-threatening. When it comes to food sensitivities rather than food allergies, kids will often outgrow these food sensitivities. However, try your best to notice what foods make your child's eczema worse. If you want to download a diet and symptom tracker that I've created, I'll put a link in the description where you can download it completely for free. Tip number 6 is environmental factors. Now, I know what you might be thinking. There are so many things in the environment that can trigger eczema. So let's go over some of the common ones. Dust is one of the most common eczema irritants. Please clean your home regularly and be sure to change your bed sheets and pillowcases often. Pets are another common environmental allergen, especially dogs and cats. I've had cases where a child moves out of the family home, they get away from the family dog or cat, and their eczema goes away. Just something to consider. Temperature changes. Now, this is something you can't really control, but just keep in mind that if you're going from a warm house to the cold outdoors, that change in temperature may aggravate your baby's eczema. Similarly, low humidity, which is basically drier air, can aggravate the skin. So if where you live has dry air or low humidity, consider getting a humidifier to add moisture to the air. Before we get into the next tip, I'm going to ask you to hit the like button on this video if you're finding it helpful. I also want to say that you as parents are doing a great job putting in the work, doing everything you can to heal your baby's eczema. Keep up the good work. Tip number 7, break the itch-scratch cycle. Try your best to prevent your baby from damaging their skin. Keep their nails short and look into cotton gloves or mittens that can prevent scratching. I find that babies will often scratch the most at night, so to counter this, prevent them from overheating by not putting on too many blankets or heavy clothing on them. If your baby does not scratch at night, their skin will have a greater chance of healing because when the body is sleeping is when the skin does the most repair. Now, I will say I don't have any kids, so I don't know how hard it is to put a baby to sleep, but how hard can it be, right? Go to sleep. Tip number 8 is to give it time. Be patient. The skin is a slow healing organ. It takes an average of 30 days for a layer of skin to regenerate. Eczema often affects multiple layers, so it's probably going to take multiple months before improvement is noticed. As long as you stick with long-term skin healing habits, your baby's eczema will go away. Try your best not to obsess over your baby's skin. Instead of worrying, go spend quality time with your baby. So after you watch this video, don't forget to go give your baby a kiss or something, okay? All right, here is a bonus tip, red light therapy. Many eczema sufferers find a lot of relief by using red light therapy, which is a safe form of light therapy. Nightly use of red light therapy seems to help babies fall asleep easier. So this could be a simple therapy to try if you think it might help. Nowadays, you can find cheap units basically anywhere online, such as Amazon. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram at fighting_eczema. Again, if you want to work with me directly, you can check out our Fighting Eczema Adolescent program at fightingeczema.com. Good luck to you and your child, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.